Find sewers. Well, the game is called Sewers, so I guess it would make sense that we would probably spend most of our life in one. This seems very pleasing, though. This is all sort of pretty and lovely and happy and bright and natural and healthy. Why do we have to go down into the...
Alright, enter the sewers up ahead and I'll guide you from there.
Okay, so it seems the player character is incredibly quiet and his friend is incredibly loud. What a combination. I don't need a ladder. I've got thighs of springs. I know what I'm doing. Right, never mind. Yes, we must leave this beautiful, happy, peaceful world and go into this infinite receptacle of excrement. What the hell am I doing with my life? Right.
I'll run up here.
Okay, so these sewers are abandoned, meaning they're not used by the city. Should be pretty simple. Look for a broken pipe and get out.
It says objective, find a broken pipe. Why do I want to find a broken bit of pipe? You could find a broken bit of pipe in the dumping ground of a building site. I have no idea what this game is about. Right. It's also bizarrely, seemingly called Sewage and also called Sewers and also called the Corridors. It seems to go under multiple names, but I suppose I can't criticize it for that. I do much the same myself. What's going on here? We have some little floating cube of gold. This looks cool. That's not how you spell trophy, but never mind. Hooray, okay, I think I got a little extra something. A little additional freebie. I rather wish it was an upgrade that made my sprint last a bit longer, but we'll never mind that. Which way should I go now? Forward or right? Well, that's off into the infinite abyss, and looks like there's another choice to be made. There are another crossroads, so let's go around this little bend and see what we can find. I must say, this place is surprisingly clean for an abandoned sewer. You would imagine it would be all giddy on. What the hell have I done to myself? All stained and stinky. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so that's back to where we just were. We can either go forward down that little bend, or again down this one to another crossroads. So will this again lead us around? Seems like it, yes. To the crossroads again. This doesn't seem very efficient. Oh, I'm sorry, what the hell was that?
What do you mean there's something down there? It's probably a crackhead or something.
Hi, friend. Kitty. I'm sorry, what was that? It's an enemy made out of a pink marshmallow that can levitate. Okay. Oh, a key. What? Behind? No. Give me the key. Give me the... Thank you.
Fuck, I don't want to do this.
Oh, idiot. Them's... Well, I was going to say them's kissing lips, but you don't have any lips. Them's kissing teeth, I suppose? My word. Okay, I have the key. I can now get through this old chicken wire fence. I can go and explore what is going on down here. Goodness, I wouldn't really want my front door attached to a sewer. I can imagine it's bad enough when the front garden gets flooded by water. I imagine it's even worse when it gets flooded by, well, human waters. Yes. Okay. Again, this is something I'm not allowed to complain about due to past history, but audio balancing, yes. Okay, it seems to be a little maze. We found a little trophy. Hooray. Hang on, this... Where does this go? Oh, this just leads around again. Oh, alright then, sorry. I thought there was a... Thought that was going to block my path there, and then we were going to end up with a bit of impossible geometry. But no such exciting thing occurred. Okay, there must be an objective at the far end of this, somewhere that I'm meant to reach. Something other than just a load more trophies to get, which hopefully serves some sort of purpose. Maybe if we get them all, you unlock an extra thing at the end. That would be rather cool. I'm not a massive fan of collectibles for no reason. Giddy, I'm good at finding them, aren't I? My word. Am I just going around in a great big circle? I get the distinct impression that I am. Oh no, this looks like... Oh, is this where I came from in the first place? It is, isn't it? Giddy on. The walls are very detailed. I like that. There's a lot of detail there. Okay. So, your guess is as good as mine. My word. How have we only been doing this for 5 minutes? I feel like I've been here all evening. Have we escaped? Well, we've certainly ended up somewhere we've never been before, because there's another trophy here. Hooray. I'll be able to build myself a whole gold house out of these little Lego bricks in a minute. How fantastic this will be. Oh! Joyous day. Objective, get out. You mean I came here and found this just to make sure it exists? Evening, mate. Can I help you with something? I'm a bit busy at the minute. I've got to do some plumbing work. Oh, giddy on, the little face again. I like the face. The face is original. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to go through the maze again. I was lucky to... Oh, giddy on. The heck is that? Actually, I don't want to know. Oh, I've got infinite sprint now. That's nice of you. And where the hell was the exit? I have to do a maze that's also a chase sequence. There's so many dead ends here. If I go down the wrong one, I am going to die. I don't know why I'm particularly concerned about that, because if he's made out of marshmallows, he's probably not all that deadly. But, you know, at the same time, it's the principle of the thing. Darn it. Where the hell was the exit? That looked like it might be it. Unless that was the way I came in the first place. Hooray! We have managed it. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Shoopy-doopy-doopy-doo. You are very bizarre. Nice original character model. My Gideon, I wish you'd sprint a little faster, friend. I have to try and cut some corners to save myself a little bit of time. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I also feel like he's getting a lot closer. Yes, I am. Hooray. Oh joy. Well, that's let him catch up with me even further. Run properly, man, for goodness sake. There's not much to ask for, is it? There's a monster trying to assault you from behind. Surely that's enough incentive for you to not want to die. Oh, for crying out loud, I brought myself straight back to where I started. Oh. Huzzah. Kids, yeah. I got all of them! I did! Hooray! Good for me! Wow, I don't know what this has to do with anything of that, but never mind. Wow. That was actually quite fun. I rather enjoyed that. Nice little unique original character model for the bad guy. Didn't bear itself down too much with the story, just focused more on the spooks, which were kind of effective. I rather enjoyed that. The only thing I would probably criticise is the length of the chase sequence at the end. The chase sequence in the maze works really well, because you're kind of panicking about it, and your brain tries to use the information that it's built up in the first go through the maze to try and escape, but because you're going the other way through it, of course all those directions have to be reversed, which kind of sends your brain into a bit of a panic, which is quite nice. I just think maybe the length of the proper sewery bit is... it kind of makes the chase sequence drag on a little bit. It's tense when you go the wrong way, absolutely it is, but maybe if that was either a bit shorter or you were able to run a bit faster there to just kind of get the chase sequence over with a little bit faster, because if it drags on then obviously it doesn't stay quite so scary. But anyway, that was Sewage, not Sewers, like I originally said. Never mind. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I rather enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Press 1 for hints. I could probably use a hint. I'm pressing 1, nothing's happening. I feel completely lied to. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to something called Down Here. You have a lot of emotion on your face. There is a letter in here. If anyone ever finds this, my name is Daniel, or your name was Daniel. Now you're dead, and names don't really matter anymore. But never mind, that's the existentialism of death. I have been sent down here to check on the source of unusual noises reported by some whose houses are connected to the sewer system. Anyway, there is something down here. I could sometimes feel it brushing against my legs. My buddies told me it must have been other people's junk. I don't really want other people's junk brushing against my flesh, frankly. I'd rather you bought me dinner before you did that. Anyway, that was 2 days ago. I haven't seen them since, and now I'm starving. We got separated by something I could barely see, but I am certain now there is something out there in the sewer. It is only a matter of time until it gets me, like it perhaps got my co-workers. I cannot open the gate. There must be valves to rise the water level, turn them all on, and the doors will open. Oh. Okay. I'm curious how the letter got in your chest. Did you swallow it? Or did somebody else put it in there? I don't know. Or did you trade your arms for that, perhaps? Weird deal with the devil. You can have my arms, but you're going to put this letter in my chest after death. A bit weird, but never mind. Okay, task valves. Valves is 0 or 4. So we need to wander around this little maze and find the valves, turn them on, raise the water level, and then drown in a mountain of piddle. If that isn't a Friday afternoon worth enjoying, then frankly you have hygienic tastes. Let's carry on with it anyway. Oh, goodness. At least the sewage is green. There are worse colours it could be. Right, what's that? Another letter? I've been able to hear it running past me through the corridors for hours. The fear almost killed me. Twice I thought I saw it in front of me in a corridor, but I went on and it didn't notice me. We are trapped down here, and there is no escape. Goodness. Tell you what this reminds me a lot of is the section in Arkham Asylum where you go down into the sewers to find Killer Croc. It reminds me a lot of that. Oh, hello again! Is it the same one, or is it a different one? I don't know, but he's got a really expressionful face, and I certainly approve of that, which is very difficult to get when you're a skeleton, I imagine. Or with not having any muscles on your face. Wow, this place really is a maze. I've already completely lost where I am. I guess we'll just keep wandering for a bit. So, yes, I always like games that can remind me of the Killer Croc section of Arkham Asylum, because that's the only part of any game which has ever succeeded in giving me nightmares, and it's not even a horror game. What do we have here? There is something down here that is chasing us. It's already got one of my friends, and we got separated from the other two earlier. It chased me down into the sewers. At first, I heard its cries echoing from the walls, and then the splashing of enormous footsteps as it approached. I ran for my life. Eventually, I managed to escape this thing. I am scared and alone. It's been 2 hours, or maybe 2 days. I've lost track of time. My hands are still shaking. I am hungry and scared. I do not want to think about what you're eating for dinner in a sewer. I fear I'll never be able to see my family again. Will they search for us? The cry seems to be a sign that it has spotted the victim. If you can get away from it far enough, you should be able to escape unless you run into a dead end. If you can hear splashing footsteps, try to get as far away as possible before it gets close enough. Stay away from the sources of unusual sounds. Thank you, Simon. I think Simon's trying to explain how the game mechanics work. I see. So very much like Killer Croc, there is a monster wandering around, and I've got to try and avoid it, along with avoiding the dead ends. I'm presuming that's what my stamina is going to be for, running away from the monster. So I haven't heard any unusual noises yet. I haven't heard any cries or any footsteps, and that might be because I've been blabbering over them rather than actually paying attention to what I'm doing. This is a very long pipe. So there's a letter here. Oh, hi. Hi, friend. Just chilling out, it seems. Give us the letter. I think I'm the last one left. All the others are dead. It's coming! There it is! I'm going to move. I shouldn't have gone down this way because this is the really long pathway. Get out. Okay, I was expecting some sort of tense music or something. Okay, it's still coming after me. I haven't seen it yet. I think a sort of blue. It seems to have something in its hand that's a different colour, which is all a bit bizarre. Right, I'm sorry, I didn't get time to read the rest of that note as much as I would have enjoyed doing so. I'll tell you what else this reminds me of a lot, actually. Have I read this one before? Yes, that's the game mechanics letter from Simon. What this reminds me of a lot as well is Vanish, actually. What with the, like, all the tunnels and the different pathways and the notes strewn about. It reminds me a lot of Vanish. I've definitely been here before. I remember you. Don't think I went this way. So, yes, definite. There's a good reason I didn't go this way. There's definite Vanish vibes from this, I feel. I'm going to go back this way in the hope that I end up back in the direction of that other note. The environment must be quite big, thinking about it, if I've been wandering around this long and I've only seen one valve, unless I'm just being very unobservant, which is always entirely possible. I don't think this is where I should be. I don't think I should have ended up down here. There is, no, I shouldn't, because this is the way I just came from. There certainly is something to be said, because normally I wouldn't really approve of, you know, reusing the same textures over and over again for the creation of an environment like this, but it does actually work in this scenario, because by making everything so sort of samey, it becomes incredibly easy to lose where you are and where you're going. So it really does present some difficulties for you in that sense. Because that's what that's the only thing I request. I don't want people to make an effort when it comes to designing video games for the sake of making the effort. I want people to make the effort. I encourage people to make the effort because it makes the game better. In this scenario, it makes the game better by not making the effort to have unique and different bits of texture everywhere. What I have realised is that we seem to be facing a hell of a lot of dead ends. And if he's down the other end of this pipe, I am going to die. But at least then we'll get to see what the death animation is like, and get a better look at what the enemy design is like. Two things I'm very curious to see. Okay, so this area is a dead end. I don't need to come back down this way. Yes, what I've realised is that with me raising the water level for the second time, as you can see with this bit of barring here, it's covered up the base of the bars, which is where the letters were, which potentially means I now can't get any more clues by reading letters, like how there was the letter which explained the game mechanics. I now can't get any more of those. So if there's any more clues and information there which might be useful for my survival, I'm not going to be able to access them anymore. I'm sorry, mate, you're going to drown in a minute. I mean, not that it matters, because you're already dead, but, you know, respect for the dead, don't wash them in piddle, and all the rest of that. I'm pretty sure this whole area behind me is a dead end of some form now that I've got that valve. So I'm going to try and head off in a completely different direction. Goodness. And have to turn around immediately. So how big is this map? Because I feel like it's pretty sizable. It's not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. This was the first valve, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't use this one now, so this must have been the first valve that we turned. So there's still two more. I am only halfway there. I think maybe I took a turning right at the very beginning or something, which may have like sent me off to like one half of the map, and now I'm in a completely different half. Yes. So this crossroads here, I turned left the first time presumably, or went straight forward. But this time I'm going to go right, and that'll hopefully get me access to the other part of the map. I can hear him, but I can't see him. I'm also not going to question why there's so much light down here when there's nothing to produce it. Yes, there could be many useful or hilarious notes to read here, but sadly I can't read them because they've all been washed away in the stream of gunk and goop. And given that it's currently up to about the height of my belly button, I dread to think what orify this sludge is crawling its way into. Frankly, I dread to think. Have I... Yes, I've ended up right back here again. Okay, so the map isn't quite as big as I thought it was, and a lot of it seems to bring me back to the same places, which does confuse me a little bit. Where are the other two valves? They must be somewhere. They've got to be here. I just can't for the life of me figure out why the frame rate is being so low today on everything I record. I don't know. Is that one? No, that's a sustain. That's not a valve. Those are two entirely different things. That's a load more barring. Have I been here before? Again, with the water level changing, it is a little bit tough to know exactly where I've been before and where I haven't. I'm genuinely terrified about the frame rate right now. I can hear its tummy growling, and I don't particularly want to be the reason its tummy stops growling. As delicious as I am, I feel like my the flavour sensation of consuming me might be slightly ruined. Excuse me, by an explosive sneeze that nearly tore my nose off. By you know, all of the staining that has occurred to my lower half. Maybe just bite the top of me off, mate, and leave the rest of me for the rats. Okay, this is irritating. I'm running around in circles at the moment and I can't find any more valves. Oh man, the place really is a mess, isn't it? It's a mess of different corridors and pathways and I cannot wrap my brain around really where any of them lead. Normally by now I'd be developing some kind of like mental map of the place in order to try and get a better sense of where I'm going each time I turn a corner, but I'm not really succeeding this time. Again, probably because everything looks quite so samey. This is very bizarre, because I've been wandering around for ages and I cannot find these other two valves. I feel like I've been everywhere. Unless there was another note somewhere that was supposed to tell me that I needed to do something else after getting the second valve. Which direction are you coming from, friend? Neither. I'm going to guess not this direction. And then the footsteps become much louder when I run in this direction. Brilliant plan, Phil. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, good. We've reached another dead end. At least we get to see your character design, which looks like something out of World of Warcraft. That sound reminds me of Vanish as well, actually, now I think about it. Right. So we've still got the two valves. We haven't lost our progress, which is lovely. Character design is... I don't know, it looks like something that should have wandered out of Lord of the Rings rather than a sewer. But never mind, I guess I'll keep wandering around. I don't know how you get the hints either, because both pressing 1 and pressing something which looks more like a digital 1, it looks more like that little character on the screen there, pressing those two buttons doesn't bring up any hints, doesn't bring any response from the program, so I don't know how to access the hints, and I don't know what use the hints would be, or you know, whether it would be like telling me which direction I need to go in, or giving me a clue about which way the enemy is, or just like giving me some hints about the mechanics themselves, like the letters were trying to do. I really don't know, but it doesn't matter. Whatever the information it gives me wouldn't be of any use because I can't read the thing. I think it's just the letter I had to run away from previously. We first separated from Simon and the new one, poor boy. He'd only been here for 2 weeks, won't be 20 yet. After that I was alone with Paul for a few hours, or maybe more, before it got him too. I was able to escape but sprained my ankle in the process. Now I sit here and wait for my certain death. This is much worse than being able to run away, or at least not being alone. I just want it to pass. So again, no useful information, just just this maze that I cannot find the other two valves in to save my life. Oh. I feel like I've been down this corridor a dozen times already, but that is the trick with this game. It is very confusing in that sense. Right. Okay. I might walk up the side of the walls, frankly. Yeah, I might wall ride. A bit. Because that at least keeps the piddle from giving me a free beard wash. So, I won't do that. Okay, so there's only one more I need to find now, which is probably down some sort of corridor that I think I've been down before, but I, in reality, have not. So, I suppose I'll just keep wandering around a bit longer. Is this it? Yes, it is. Okay, so it is literally up to my eyes. I'm going to get some kind of infection at this rate. I can jump, though, which I didn't realise I could do before. I can't crouch, though, which is good. Because as much as I didn't want a piddle beard wash, I certainly didn't want a piddle hair wash. Okay, I need to get back to the exit, or the entrance, rather, without that thing catching me. Because I don't know how many more lives I've got. It forgave me from dying once, but I've no reason to believe it's going to be quite so generous again. What I've also realised, with it being this specific height, is of course when I see the monster, my character isn't going to be able to scream, because if he opens his mouth, he's going to get a free tongue wash as well, to go along with all the other things that are being washed around here. Okay, well, I don't think it's far away. I think it's this way. No, it self-evidently is not this way. I think it is on my left, though. Left of where I am now. Of course, I admit at the moment I've run out of stamina. Please tell me this is the exit. Please tell me I haven't met a dead end. Thank you so much. Can I leave now? That was really good, actually. Press enter. For what? Going back to the desktop? No, going back to the menu. Thank you. I like games to go back to the menu instead of that. That's actually really nice. Very, very nice indeed. The little notes just gave it a little bit of sort of realism, bit of sort of, you know, made it more human. And I don't remember doing that before. Giddy aunt. This is a very dynamic way of moving around a sewer system. Anyway, yeah, that's really fun actually. Really nice little maze mechanic that I think really works. As I said before, because of the similarity of the environment, makes it very confusing about where you're supposed to go. I don't know, I feel like the monster could have been a bit more threatening. I feel like a bit more sound design on the monster to make him a bit more scary. And sometimes if you made like a big loud noise, which you could hear from anywhere on the map, regardless of where he is, because it'll remind you that he's wandering around, that he is somewhere on the map. Because sometimes you'd go for ages and you wouldn't hear any of his footsteps or his crying, so you'd almost forget he was there. But if occasionally he let out like a big groan or a howl or a screech or something like that, then that could have worked. But for what it is, it's fun, it's enjoyable. I really rather enjoyed playing this, even though it was a bit frustrating sometimes when I couldn't find the last valves. But since I found them both at the end quite quickly, I'm guessing, as I said, there was just some little corridor that I hadn't gone down that I thought I had. But yeah, that was fun. I rather enjoyed that. I like the models of the little skeletons. Skeletons can be absolutely adorable, despite being possibly the most universal symbol of death. They can be quite cute, and these skeletons were cute. I enjoyed them. So anyway, that's that. So that is it for down here. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen, with this shotgun of sewage, it seems, which isn't just a description of my performance in everything. It's a pair of fun little games. So I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.